One example, hot topic recently, social media censorship. Very few voters think the federal government should have the right to censor social media posts. A narrow majority of the elite 1% thinks it should have that. And by the way, 53% of federal government managers think that they should have that right to censor social media posts. Pretty dramatic difference.
And these are the people, just to clarify, these are the people that are making those decisions. I mean, these are the bureaucrats, right? I mean, when we say it loosely, deep state, correct? And so I think another piece of research you had there, that if they think a regulation is needed and know that voters oppose it, most of them, meaning more than 50%, said that they should just ignore voters and implement that regulation anyway.
Exactly right. 54% say, we know the voters disagree with this. They overwhelmingly oppose that. And we made it clear in the question, overwhelmingly oppose it, but that's okay. We think it's the right thing to do. This is a direct rejection of America's founding ideals. I mean, the voters are supposed to be in charge.
Here's what I find so interesting about this research, but I'd love to get your thoughts on this, is, to me, I think it helps explain the mood out there that you see among many voters in the country, which is they feel as though they're not in control, that the government is not working for them, but rather against them, that there are these vast forces arrayed against the little guy. And I wonder if this doesn't help explain and account for some of the embrace of populism you've seen out there among both parties, the attempt to say, I'm for the average Joe, the forgotten man. I wonder if it doesn't explain some of the shifting voting patterns that we are seeing. For instance, more and more college-educated voters now voting for Democrats, more and more.
So this pollster, Scott Rasmussen, he's no longer with Rasmussen Polling. And I recently unfollowed Rasmussen Polling on Twitter, just very low IQ conspiracy mongering. So he's gone off to establish his own thing. And this is vital for getting clarity on the difference between elite opinion and regular American opinion. I mean, it's amazing that 80% of elites want more social media censorship.
Working class Americans voting for Republicans. Do you think that this helps explain some of those changes out there?
Absolutely. In fact, I believe that this views and approach of the elite 1% are the root cause of the political toxicity we have in America today, the root cause of this dysfunction, because they embrace a view that is pretty disrespectful of voters. They think we should have a government of experts. They think they should be making the decisions. And when other people get in the way, it's sort of annoying to them. So I do think that's a big part of it. Another part of it, and this goes back to what I mentioned a moment ago about they tend to think that most Americans share their views.